evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel for match week 35 of the 21-22 Premier League season. The relegation battle is definitely heating up. There is no doubt about that, and especially with the results at the weekend. Burnley getting out of the relegation zone after beating Wolves. Everton going into the relegation zone after Burnley beating Wolves, and obviously Everton losing the Merseyside derby. But it's not over yet, as we will obviously go through the games as well. Just to let people know how I did last week. Basically, Jamie and myself are on 7 points. So whatever happens in tomorrow's game between Manchester United and Chelsea, I think he's gone 2-2 for that one, and I've gone 1-1 for that one as well. So it could be a very interesting week, it has to be said as well. It is just me this evening. But I hope you can all join me, and we shall see what happens with the games that are coming up thick and fast. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Do what you can to support the channel as well. Hello, Douglas. I hope you're keeping well. Thoughts on this World Championship, mate? I love my snooker. Yeah, the snooker's been amazing, mate. Absolutely amazing. I've really enjoyed it. And yeah, Mark Williams is through, as I said he would be earlier today. So could potentially be a Ronnie Williams final, but we will obviously have to wait and see. And hello to Gary Richards. Thank you very much for tuning in as well. Got me Ekru on for tonight. Liverpool playing Villarreal, of course. Full strength Liverpool side. There's full strength. There's definitely full strength Liverpool side as well. So we will start off with the first game of the weekend, and it is Newcastle United against Liverpool. The two big teams in form, it has to be said. The two teams in form. Basically, Liverpool have taken the most points out of 2022. Secondly, Newcastle United have taken the second amount of points in 2022. So this is going to be a very interesting game for sure. 3 wins to Liverpool, 2 draws in the last 5 meetings. The last meeting was a 0-0 draw. I have to say, Newcastle United have been very impressive under Eddie Howe. And yes, I know people can obviously talk about, obviously they can talk about all the things that are happening with, the takeover and all that. But you have to say Newcastle have been absolutely fantastic. Bruno Guimaraes is one player to look out for. He has been fantastic signing for Newcastle United. They might be getting players back at the right time as well. There is talk that potentially Callum Wilson could be back by the end of the season, which is very good news as well. But Eddie Howe has managed to get this Newcastle side really clicking. He has done it very well. And I do think if you look at Newcastle as a whole this season, defensively, I think they're a lot better. I honestly do. I think they are definitely a lot better when you actually think about it as well. Because Newcastle United were bottom of the league with 7 points when Steve Bruce was sacked. Now, contrasting to that, they're now 9th with 43 points. So, there's a definitely a big swing there. Look, Newcastle United have been absolutely fantastic, and in fantastic form they are as well. But, this is their biggest test yet. Look, I have to say this is Liverpool's hardest away game left this season. It definitely is. I know you can say, obviously, Southampton away is hard as well, but this is a tough game. This is a very tough game for Liverpool, and it'll be very interesting to see as well. 12:30 game as well. So Liverpool are playing Villarreal this evening. They have gone full strength for that. So they got that game. Especially Liverpool have gone Alisson, Trent, Kanate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago, Hendo, Diaz, Salah, Mane. That is the Liverpool side to face Villarreal. So could be an interesting game. You might see some changes. 12:30 game as well. Liverpool don't have the best of records at St James's Park as well recently. So it could be very interesting to see what is going to happen as well. What 147 by the Thunder? Yes, absolutely. Hello, Rich. Good evening. Eagle-eyed football. Hope you are well, my friend. Are you doing a Liverpool Newcastle preview? I have been in contact with somebody to do one. Hopefully 9 o'clock Friday, hopefully. But we'll obviously see. Anyway, big up everyone in the chat. Evening, Rich. I hope you're keeping well. And hello to Reese Gaming Arena. So, as I said, Liverpool have not got a good record at St James's Park. And I do think Newcastle United, unbeaten, I think in their last 5 or 6 home games recently as well. They just beat Wolves at home as well. This is going to be a very, very tricky game. Liverpool have been fantastic away from home. Let's put it this way. Liverpool have been absolutely fantastic away from home. But this is a game where I just think that 12:30 is not an easy game at all. Not easy time for it at all. So it's a very, very interesting game, this one. Newcastle are not conceding many, let me put it this way. But Liverpool going for the title. Newcastle are safe, you'd have to say. They're definitely safe. I am going to go for a 2-1 win to Liverpool. I don't think it's going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. I can see them grabbing a goal, but I do think it'll be a 2-1 victory to Liverpool in that one. So let's see. Douglas, Liverpool have only conceded 10 goals against teams outside the top 7. Very, very interesting, Bluebird Legend. Good evening, sir. Hope you are good as well. I will be speaking about the promotion race in the Championship, because that is heating up as well. If you think the relegation battle is heating up, then you actually think that the Championship promotion battle is definitely heating up. Hello, Dan Milne. Evening, mate. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 1 will be a close game. It certainly will be. It certainly will be a very, very close one. Anyway, as a Newcastle fan, the ones I'm thinking about, like, for example, John PD. No, none of them. None of them, I have to say. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 2, says Reese Gaming Arena. And Niall saying 3-1 to Liverpool. Guys, if you want to share the stream, please do. Please get more people involved as well. And I will obviously go through the next game, but yeah, I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win to Liverpool in this game, and primarily they will be 2 points clear of Manchester City before they have to play Leeds, of course. So very, very interesting game, that one. The next game is Aston Villa against Norwich City. Now, I do actually have some permutations here. So we have 5. Norwich have 5 games left, right? So they've got 5 games left. If Burnley were to beat Watford, and then I think it's Leeds get something off Manchester City, Norwich City, a defeat against Villa, will be relegated. Look, I think they're going down. They're going down regardless anyway. But Dean Smith coming up against his former club as well. This is going to be a very interesting game, this one, because Aston Villa have 4 wins and 1 win to Norwich in the last 5 meetings as well. I have to say, Villa against Leicester, well, let's put it this way, it wasn't a great game. Was not a great game to begin with, that one. It was not a good game at all. Norwich, 3-0 defeat to Newcastle. Not good. Not good at all. I have to say as well, looking at Villa, this team has hardly any pace in their side. Hardly has any pace in there whatsoever. You know, you got Watkins, you've got Coutinho, you've got Ramsey. The problem with Villa they've got too many players at number 10. Now, if you think about it, Jacob Ramsey, Felipe Coutinho, Emi Buendia, obviously you could probably put Danny Ings in there. They've got too many of the same kind of player, and I think that's what's holding them back as well. They need some pace in that team. Look, Leon Bailey has been injured a lot this season. Maybe it's time for him to shine. Maybe it is time for him to shine. Norwich, yeah, as we said, 3-0 defeat to Newcastle. They are all but gone now, I think. I have to say. It's a very, very interesting game for me, this one, because if Norwich were to get an unlikely result, then it kind of, delays the inevitable that Norwich are going to go down. If Villa lose, then you could kind of probably say Villa slightly outside bets to potentially go down, but I don't think Aston Villa are going to go down. They're on 37 points at this moment in time, so I don't see it. I don't see it happening. If I'm being honest, I am going to go for a 2-0 win to Aston Villa. I think Villa will be too strong. Dean Smith going back to Villa Park at the weekend as obviously the opposition manager. I think he will get a good reception. He did well at Villa. He did really, really well at Villa. Kind of tailed off towards the end. They didn't really have a good wee run of it at the end of the season, but I think it will be a 2-0 win to Aston Villa. So we will see what happens as well. Let's see what some of you are saying. Hello, Ankit. Thank you very much for tuning in, my friend. Hope you are good. Good preview, by the way. Liverpool Villarreal. Just apologies I couldn't get on because of work. But next time, my friend. Next time, definitely. Good evening, James. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you are well, my friend. Smash the likes and subscribe, as James says. Yep. Statman is in. Statman Stubbs. Hello, mate. Hope you're good. Evening, mate. Newcastle game is the hardest left for me. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 2. Yes, I think it will be it is the hardest game left for me. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 3, says James. Aston Villa 2, Norwich 1, says Reese Gaming Arena. Aston Villa 2, Norwich 0. Evening, James. Who's going through between City and Madrid? I honestly don't know. Look, last night was amazing game of football. Like 7 goals, 4-3. Benzema Panenka as well. Panenka penalty was absolutely amazing. My gut says, though, I feel City conceding 3. I think Madrid will have too much for you in the Bernabeu. Could be wrong, but I'm going to go Madrid. Evening, Reese. Nadir says 2-0 to Villa. Dean Smith will do well versus Villa, but Norwich team 2 weak 1-1. Pookie goal. Newcastle can take points off Liverpool. Yeah, of course they can. And I have said to a lot of people, Nadir, is that apparently Liverpool and Newcastle, Liverpool have more points in 2022 than any other team. Newcastle are second in that list as well. So yeah, the two informed teams are meeting each other. Definitely a very interesting game, this one. And Dan Milne going for a 2-1 win to Aston Villa. And hello, Cedric. Thank you very much for tuning in as well. But yeah, I'm going to go Aston Villa 2, Norwich 0. I think Aston Villa will have too much for the Canaries as well. And hello, Liz. Hiya, Douglas the Lionhearted. I hope you are well, Liz. Buzzing for tonight. Really looking forward to the Champions League as well. So very much looking forward to that. Good evening, Helen. Hello. Hope you are well. Thank you very much for the kind message the other day. Really did appreciate it. Villa's main focus is for next season. I'm interested in what they do in the summer. I do think Gerrard will do well there. Yes. I absolutely agree. Madrid will go through. City should have killed the tie. Yes, they should have. They should have killed the tie off. But wonderful game of football. Absolutely wonderful game of football, that one. So now to two teams who you would probably say are on the beach, kind of. It is Southampton against Crystal Palace. Southampton 2-0 down against Brighton, managing to get back to 2-2 with two absolutely wonderful free kicks from, you guessed it, James Ward-Prowse. I mean, I'm actually running out of superlatives to describe James Ward-Prowse. I think he is a fantastic player, and also, he managed to get the two free kicks as well. Southampton are a very, very good side under Ralph Hasenhüttl, let's be honest. As well, but yeah, 2-2 against Brighton, which was a interesting result actually. I thought Brighton were going to win that one, but no, fair play to James Ward-Prowse. Fair play. I think Brighton had a goal ruled out at the end as well. I think it was a very, very harsh decision as well, but you know what? Southampton did get the draw in the end. Crystal Palace 0-0 with 0-0 with Leeds United wasn't the best of games, but they'll feel that that's probably 2 points dropped, in my honest opinion. I just think that look, Palace have done absolutely amazingly this season. I do think they are having a bit of a FA Cup hangover, but that usually does happen to teams like Crystal Palace. They go on a very, very good run, and then they have a little bit of a hangover, and I do feel there is kind of feeling that way at this moment in time. Tough one to predict. There have been 2 wins to Saints, 2 draws, 1 win to Palace in the last 5 meetings. Southampton won this fixture by 3-1 the last time around. The more I see of Palace, the more I see that I know they had a lot of chances against Leeds, but they do waste a lot of opportunities. And look, Southampton are a very, very good side at St Mary's, you'd have to say as well. But both of these sides are safe. This could be any scoreline. It could be any scoreline, couldn't it? I'm going to go... I think this has got a draw written all over it. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think this has got a draw written all over it, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. I do think Southampton and Crystal Palace will end in a draw. So I'm going Southampton 1, Crystal Palace 1. So let's see what some of you are saying. I'm fine. Are you going to do a live watch along? No, I am not. This is my only live stream of the evening as well. If anybody wants me on for their post match, then I'll be happy to do that. But no, I won't be doing any content of after this anyway. Good luck for the next game. I'm going to go grab a bite, bugger ball. Thank you, Ankit. Thank you very much as well. I missed out on my fantasy Premier League. Darren should have vice captained them. I think it's a bit Ward-Prowse. Yeah, Ward-Prowse is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. James Dunlop has gone for a 1-1 draw. Can't call it, to be honest. Palace had so many chances. Yes, they did. And this is the thing. That they do waste a lot of chances. It has to be said. Reece Game and Arena going for Southampton 1, Crystal Palace 0. Wouldn't be too surprised if that finished 1-0 as well. Southampton 1, Palace 2. Not confident, to be honest. Nope. I don't think it will. I don't think he should be confident predicting these two. Because 1 week Southampton will lose, the next week they draw, the next week they'll probably win. They're very unpredictable. As Chris Ross likes to say. Yes, I think it's going to be a draw 1-1. Southampton 0, Crystal Palace 2, says Dan Milne. Yes, I did mean Ward-Prowse. I thought you did. I thought you did mean Ward-Prowse as well. Right, the next game. This is a huge game. It is 19th versus 17th. Watford against Burnley. Oh, right. Okay. 2 wins to Burnley, 2 draws, 1 win to Watford. Last meeting was a 3-0 win to Burnley. And this finished 0-0. You'll be surprised to know as well. Watford have confirmed that Roy Hodgson is to leave at the end of the season. Is that really much of a surprise? Not really. Look, Roy Hodgson is, I think he's 74, 75. I'm amazed he's still in football. I am amazed he is still in football. I thought he would have been away by now, if I'm being totally honest. But he is still in football. He is. There have been a lot of newspaper reports saying that he is going to be leaving at the end of the season. Does that really surprise me? Nope. Doesn't really surprise me anyway, because, Watford's owners are very trigger happy. They are very, very trigger happy. And I just feel that the way that they are playing at the moment, I think that they've only won 2 home games all season as well, Watford. So that's another thing to take into account. They've only won 2 home games all season. And that was to Aston Villa, where they won 3-2, and against Manchester United, where they won 4-1. So they've all got a very good record. And they were absolutely blitzed apart by Manchester City by 5-1. Look, I think many people were probably predicted, Watford to get absolutely spanked by Manchester City. I think no one really expected them to get a goal. So fair play to them for getting a goal. But this is a very interesting game, this one. Burnley, well, what a win against Wolves. Matish Vidra getting the only goal of the game. Forgotten man has managed to get, the goal that managed to get the goal to win that game against Wolves. Look, wasn't pretty, but a very, very impressive win for Burnley. As I say, this relegation battle is heating up. It really, really is. I'm going to be honest. Something in the back of my mind is saying there's going to be a wee upset here. There is going to be a wee upset here. Burnley have the momentum. Let's be honest. Burnley have the momentum. But I think this is a dangerous game for Burnley. I think this is a very, very dangerous game for the Clarets. Watford are going to be potentially going down. I think it's safe to say as well. But just something in the back of my mind is saying that when the relegation battle heats up, there is going to be points dropped here, there, and everywhere. I'm going to go Watford 2, Burnley 1. I'm going to go for a Watford win. I'm going to go for Watford to win their third home game of the season and dent Burnley's survival hopes. I'm going Watford 2, Burnley 1. So there you go. There you go. Let's see what some of you are saying for this one. Watford 0, Burnley 2, says Cedric. James Dunlop says Watford 0, Burnley 1. I think Burnley will survive. They've got fighters in their team. Yeah, I think Everton are probably going to be looking at Leeds now potentially to probably get at this season, I would say as well. But obviously Burnley have to keep winning as well. But that's my surprise result of the weekend. I'm going for the 2-1 win to Watford. I really do. Watford 0, Burnley 3, says Reese Gaming Arena. That wouldn't surprise me. But Watford are absolutely hopeless at home. But I do think that Watford are going to cause a wee upset. Still getting over the Sean Dyche sacking. Yes. Indeed. Hodgson seems so unsettled, in my opinion. I think there's no hope for them. It's back down to the Championship for the Hornets, but I would love them to come straight back up after one season. Yeah, look, I think they probably will come straight back up if they do go down. But I think it's a harder league next year. I think it's a harder league. I think Wigan are going to come back up. I think that potentially Sunderland could be coming back up as well. Although actually Sunderland are not in great form. Might see Sheffield Wednesday come straight back up as well. The playoffs are going to be very interesting. Let's put it that way. Thank you for your support, Douglas and Touch. No problem. Here we go. Leicester Till I Die TV, Chris. Good evening. How the devil are you, sir? Have you heard about the new restaurant called Karma? There's no menu. You get what you deserve. Dear. Watford 1, Burnley 1. Burnley will stay up, says Dan Milne. 2-0 Watford, says Helen. Yeah, I've got a feeling that Watford are going to win this game. Sorry, Dan. Mad thing is, the man in temporary charge, Mike Jackson, was sacked by Tranmere Rovers October 2020. Wow. That is quite amazing, James. That is quite amazing. So thank you very much for that wee stat. But yeah, I'm going Watford 2, Burnley 1. So let's see what happens in that game. So the next game on Saturday is Wolves against Brighton. Wolves against Brighton. So very, very interesting game, this one. 2 wins to Wolves, 3 draws. Last meeting was a 2-1 win to Wolves. Wolves won the return meeting by 1-0 at the Amex earlier this season. Wolves have never done the double over Brighton. They have never done a Premier League double over Brighton. So this is a good opportunity to do it. But like Southampton, like Crystal Palace, I think Wolves are on the beach. I really, really do. I do think Wolves are on the beach as well. But you could say the same for Brighton because Wolves have done amazingly. They've done absolutely amazingly. I don't think they're going to get 7th place, unfortunately. I don't think they're going to get 6th. So they can kind of just finish best of the rest, you'd have to say. Best of the rest. Maybe get that Conference League spot. Maybe. Slight outside chance they could get that. But they have to win every single game between now and the end of the season. And the run of fixtures is not great for them. But there's been a lot of talk this week about Adama Traore potentially going back to Wolves. Look, Adama Traore has very, very good speed. His end product's not great, but he has come up with a few. Goals for Barcelona. Brighton will be kicking themselves. 2-0 up against Southampton. 2-2 draw against to come away with a 2-2. Yeah, conceding goals left, right, and centre of Brighton. Brighton are better away from home, though. They are better away from home, you'd have to say. I'm going to go for Wolves to get the Premier League double over Brighton for the first time ever. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Wolves. I think Wolves will win at home. I think that will be the double over Brighton, which is well deserved. Let's see what some of you are saying as well. Chester Leicester is in. Hello, Chester. Thank you very much for tuning in, my friend. He's gone 1-0 to Watford. Speaking for yourself, Leicester till I die, but Leicester. Watford 1, Burnley 2, says Sebastian. Hello, Sebastian. Hope you're good. Wolves 2, Brighton 2. Soldiers who survived both mustard gas and pepper spray is a seasoned veteran. Oh dear. Wolves 1, Brighton 0, says James. Wolves 1, Brighton 1, says Reese. Lol, Chris. Wolves 2, Brighton 2. Difficult tie to predict. Really is. Really is this one. It really is. Can see Brighton getting another good win away from home. Wolves 0, Brighton 1. Yeah, Brighton are pretty good away from home, you'd have to say. They are very, very good at home as well. Let me just get a wee sip of my drink. You're trying not to laugh, just do it. You know me, Chris. You know me. I hope you are good anyway, and good luck to Leicester tomorrow against Roma. I think that's a cracking game. I'm just gutted I'm going to be missing it due to obviously work as well. But we carry on. So the Saturday night game is Leeds United against Manchester City. Now this makes for a very, very interesting reading. It has to be said. 2 wins to Leeds, 2 draws, 1 win to City. Last meeting was a 1-1 draw at Elland Road. Manchester City beat Leeds 7-0 earlier this season. So hopefully that doesn't take a burden on this. But yeah, Leeds 0-0 with Crystal Palace. Are they safe? No. I think they could get dragged into it. The way, look, Leeds' next couple of fixtures, right, are Manchester City at home, Chelsea at home, and Arsenal away. That's not easy. That is not easy. And then I think they end with Brighton and Brentford. So that is not easy. That is not easy at all. Look, Leeds did all right against Palace. They got a 0-0 draw. They did okay. Jesse Marsh is finally getting, his side across as well. I thought they were a little bit fortunate to stay on with 11 men, though. I thought Dan James's tackle on Ward was a bit naughty. I think you've seen red cards given for that, actually. I think you have seen red cards given for that. Manchester City were involved in an absolute classic last night, 4-3 against Real Madrid. They did beat Watford by 5-1. Gabriel Jesus scoring 4 is a surprise in itself as well. Look, Gabriel Jesus, whoever gets Gabriel Jesus is getting a fantastic player. The only thing I would say, though, he needs to learn when to pass. Because the thing is for me, is that you look at the strikers the City have got. Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, Jack Grealish. None of them pass. They always go for that goal, don't they? So, look, Gabriel Jesus. Say you're getting Julian Alvarez. Are they getting Holland? Time will tell. Time will tell for sure. I think this is a really difficult game for City. I really, really do. I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as many people are predicting in the chat. I don't think it's going to be one-sided. But I think Leeds will score. But I am going to go for a 2-1 win to Manchester City. I think City will scrape away with a 2-1 win, and I think that would be pretty good result for them as well. So I am going to go for a 2-1 win to Manchester City. Let's see what some of you are saying in the chat. Wolves 1, Brighton 1, says Helen. Cheers, mate. No problem, Chris. Banter is all it is. Yep, absolutely. Leeds 0, City 5. I don't think it'll be 5-0, but you never know. Leeds 1, City 4. James Dillon, Leeds 1, Man City 3. I can see the title race going down to the final day. I can as well. I definitely can as well. Leeds definitely aren't safe yet and could go down. Leeds 1, Manchester City 4. Interesting. Question off the podcast now that Bayern are out. Do you see Lewandowski leaving in the summer? I do, actually. I do think he will leave, and I can see him going to Barcelona, funnily enough. I can actually see him going to Barcelona. Could he come in the Premier League? Probably not. Well, I think his days and to be trying to be a Premier League striker are probably gone now, in my honest opinion. That would be what I was saying. Anyway, which Leeds would win? Don't see it. Leeds 1, City 4. Yep, I want Leeds to win as well, or even get a draw. That would be fantastic. Hi, Cedric. Says Helen. Helen, hope you are well. Jesus, since being linked to Arsenal, he's been turning his R9 Ronaldo. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but he has been very good. 5 goals in his last 3 games. Very good. I'm fine, thank you, Cedric. Leeds 1, City 2, says Sebastian. Good evening, Rich. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you are well, my friend. And big game for you guys tomorrow against Chelsea. And I have seen that half your squad are out as well. So, yeah, that's not very good. So we move into the Sunday games now. And the first of the 2 o'clock kickoffs, Everton against Chelsea. Oh, ho, ho. 2 wins to Everton, 2 wins to Chelsea, and 1 draw. The last meeting was a 1-0 win to Everton. Everton, if you want to survive, you need to win your home games. Frank Lampard coming against his former club as well. Look, what I will say is Everton's game plan did very well. Did very well against Liverpool in that first half. They did very well. But the more the game went on, I think we all kind of knew that Liverpool were going to win for obviously Everton fans' sake as well. You guys should have had a penalty. You guys should have had a penalty. I've seen it back so many times, and I think Anthony Gordon is clipped by Joel Matip. So that for me is a penalty as well. And I think the one in the first half, I think that's a free kick and a potential red card as well. So, yeah. Chelsea are sort of grinding out results, I've noticed. 1-0 win over West Ham. Jorginho hitting the most awful penalty we'll ever likely to see. It was a shocking penalty. Guys, if you haven't obviously seen that, then please go and watch it. Very hilarious. Basically does his wee run up and he basically passes it straight back to Fabianski. That was hilarious anyway. Do you know what? I predicted Watford to win against I actually predicted Watford to beat Burnley. James, honestly, I think you're going to win this game. I think you're going to win this game. You have to win your home games. You have to win your home games. And I think if you play like that, like you play against us at the weekend, I think you may get a result here. I'm going Everton 2, Chelsea 1. I don't think Chelsea have got anything to play for anymore. I don't think they've got anything to play for, apart from obviously the FA Cup as well. That they'll be putting all their eggs into one basket to get that as well. Yep, I'm gonna go for it. Everton 2, Chelsea 1. So another twist in the relegation battle as well. When we predicted Watford to beat Burnley, Everton to beat Chelsea, that would mean Everton would jump back above Burnley and Burnley would drop back into the relegation zone. Yeah, I'm going Everton 2, Chelsea 1. So we shall see what happens. Anyway, let's see what some of you are saying. Anyway, I think Gabriel is desperate to stay put. Yeah, I do as well. 4-3 Chelsea, Sebastian. I don't think it'll be 4-3, but I could be right. Everton 0, Chelsea 2. Chelsea would be too strong for us. Not convinced we'll stay up at all. Not only can we cannot defend, we don't look like scoring too. Yeah, lack of cutting edge the weekend against Liverpool. It was blue shite 0, Chelsea 3. Leeds limping towards safety. Any points are big. Yes, Rich, absolutely. Rich saying hello to James. James saying hello to Rich. Everton 0, Chelsea 3. Maybe more, says Cedric. Very interesting. My dad and I, stupidly enough, renewed our season ticket for next season, and I'll probably watch Championship football at Goodison. Yeah. Everton are totally messed at defending set pieces, so Chelsea 1, Everton 0. What do you think of the Chelsea lineup for tonight? No Keita starting, Canadian for Matip, otherwise unchanged. Firmino not fit. Full strength. I think that's our strongest squad. I think that is our strongest squad. Barring obviously Matip, I think that's our strongest squad. I hope you're right about that prediction. We do need to win our home games. Yeah, you definitely need to win your home games because after this, I think you're away to Leicester. I think you've also got away to Watford. I think the home games for you guys are Crystal Palace and Brentford. Those would be the ones I would see possibly you winning, maybe. Chelsea, okay, I've been a little bit ambitious in that one, but Chelsea don't have a good record at Goodison. They don't have a good record at Goodison. Poor James, I sympathise with you, says Helen. Cheers, Helen. We haven't been good enough all season. I believe it entirely on the owner. Yeah, Farhad Mashiri as well. Everton 1, Chelsea 3, says Dan Milne. But yeah, I'm going to Everton 2, Chelsea 1. So we will see what happens in that one. So the next game to preview and predict is Tottenham Hotspur against Leicester City. Ooh, 3 wins to Spurs, 2 wins to Leicester. Last meeting, a 2-0 win to Leicester. Tottenham did win this one 3-2 away at the King Power earlier in the season. But Tottenham are not in any form at all. You'd have to say they're very, very Spursy, aren't they? 0-0 with Brentford. Look, on another day, that's a good result. But on another end, I mean, Harry Kane nearly won it with an absolutely acrobatic strike. It's all about whether or not Leicester will be tired from their exploits against Roma. How that game will go is anybody's guess. I think probably a lot of people are going to probably expect Roma to go to Leicester and probably win. But then again, Roma haven't got the best records in England, so that's another thing to look out for as well. So it's going to be very, very interesting, this game. Look, Tottenham have been fantastic. Son, Kulusevski, and Harry Kane as well. Good front three. Good front three there as well. Leicester, they had a 0-0 draw with Aston Villa. The only highlight of that game was a plastic bag actually went onto the ground. And yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say about that anyway. But I've got to say this now is that good luck to Leicester. Good luck to Leicester against Roma. But I think that the fact that Roma are at home, the second leg, I think that could be absolutely crucial as well. But as I keep saying, Tottenham are Spursy. They're so bad. 1 week they'll win, 1 week they'll draw, and then another week they'll lose. They're just so unpredictable. And especially now with Arsenal in the driving seat now for top 4. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that as well? But nobody seems to want this top 4, do they? Nobody seems to want this top 4. I think Leicester will heavily rotate on Sunday to be fresh for the game on Thursday. I'm going to go for a Spurs win. I'm going to go for a home win. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Spurs. I think Spurs will win that one by 2-0 against Leicester. So let's see what some of you are saying. Brentford and Palace are remaining home games after Chelsea and their must-win games. Absolutely 100% agree with you there. I mostly do, James. Some of the players are giving up, not giving 100%. Managers need to be taught how to manage teams. Yeah. Frank Lampard's not a... doesn't manage games very well, does he? Every game huge for Everton now, says Rich. Yeah, 100%, mate. Tottenham 2, Leicester 0, says Reese Gaming Arena. Leicester 4, Spurs 2. Spurs 2, Leicester 0, says Dan Milne. Not only that, Helen, but people working at the top on the board who know exactly how to run a football club other than making it a complete circus. Very, very interesting, that. Very, very interesting, for sure. So yeah, I was just checking that as well. I'm watching the Leipzig game tomorrow. Yeah, Leipzig Rangers. Rangers have got a lot of forward injuries tomorrow, so that's interesting. And then obviously it's the Old Firm game on Saturday. I want to say. I think it's Saturday. Tottenham and Leicester won, not just the title race, but I can see the top 4 race going down to the final day. Yes, I can as well. Eriksen was outstanding on Saturday. He certainly was. He was excellent. It's great to see him back playing, isn't it? Great to see him back playing. James, yes, I agree. It's not really real football. It's business on who has the most money to burn by the players they buy and not improving stadiums, etc. I can't see Eriksen leaving. Nope, I can't see him leaving either. And 100% Helen spot on. So yeah, Tottenham 2, Leicester 0 is what I think is going to happen in that game. Very, very refreshing, that. Lemon and lime water. I like that. So the next game to preview and predict is West Ham. Oops, I'm just checking that. West Ham against Arsenal. 4 wins to Arsenal, 1 draw. Last meeting was a 3-3 draw. Arsenal won this game 2-0 earlier in the season as well. Very interesting game, this one, because West Ham are obviously playing Eintracht Frankfurt in the Europa League tomorrow. They'll definitely have one eye on that one. For me, it's their biggest game of the season. That game against Eintracht Frankfurt. Still got a slight chance of finishing outside top 4. Still got an outside chance of finishing top 4. I'm going to be honest, though. I look at this West Ham side. Declan Rice, Craig Dawson, Mikel Antonio. This is a very, very good squad. Look, Arsenal. I actually watched the Manchester United game, right? I watched the Manchester United game. Arsenal weren't great. Manchester United were not great. It wasn't a great game. It was 2 really poor sides playing that game. And if you actually look at it as well, yes, obviously there were big mistakes in that game. There were big mistakes in that game. But you cannot trust Arsenal. You cannot trust Arsenal. Look, fantastic for them to beat Chelsea and Manchester United. That 2 fantastic results. Let's put it that way. 2 fantastic results. I think there's something going wrong in this Arsenal side at this moment in time. You can't rely on Nketiah to get you goals because he is very inconsistent. Saka is very, very good. And Xhaka getting a goal, which was quite surprising as well. As I did say, West Ham will have all eyes on the game against Eintracht Frankfurt. Arsenal going for top 4, but they do have Spurs coming up very shortly. That is the game I think that decides top 4. Is that game between the two, because this is a difficult game for Arsenal. Let me just put it this way: this is a very difficult game for Arsenal as well. So, with that being said, I'm going for a home win here. I'm going to go for a Hammers win. I think Hammers will beat Arsenal, and I am going to go for a 2-1 win to West Ham. I think if West Ham beat Arsenal, then that opens the door on top 4 yet again. And as I said, nobody wants this top 4, do they? Nobody wants this top 4. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to West Ham. So let's see what some of you are saying. Vardy plays, and it'll be Kane versus Vardy 1-1, says Helen. 50 minutes to kick off. Yes, absolutely. I can see this being close 1-1, says Rich. West Ham 2, Arsenal 1. And Moyes wins the Europa League for West Ham. He gets my vote for manager of the season. Arsenal hit and miss for me. Yeah, they are. They certainly are as well. Very tasty tie, in my opinion. I see this as Arsenal's most difficult game of their remaining fixtures. Yes, I do as well. I think they've got Newcastle coming up as well, and I'm not sure if that game is at St James's. I have a feeling that maybe it's St James's. As I said, Liverpool away at Newcastle is not easy either. So that's going to be interesting, that one. And Reece Gaming Arena going for a 2-2 draw. Very, very interesting. And the final game to preview and predict of match week 35 is Manchester United against Brentford, the Monday night football. 4 wins to Man United, 1 draw. Last meeting was a 2-1 win. This was way back in 1975 as well. Manchester United, well, let me just say this now. The players have stopped playing for their manager. The players have stopped playing for Rangnick, I'd have to say as well. They were so poor. So poor against Arsenal. And as I said, it was two poor sides playing in that game. I have to be honest here in saying this. If Manchester United will beat Chelsea tomorrow, they could be on their lowest points total in a Premier League season. I think, what are they on now? Is it 50? 58, I think they're on. 58. So, I think their highest is something like 66, 69. They're not going to get that. So, I think they could be on for their lowest Premier League points total. I really do. Brentford are, well, let's just say Brentford are absolutely safe. Now, we can safely say they are safe. To be 11th for the start that they had this season has been fantastic. And yes, they've had a bad run, but they've been really good, haven't they, Brentford? As well. I think this is going to be a very good Monday night football. I really do. Manchester United, you just don't know when Manchester United is going to turn up. I don't know that one. Helen, Villa are playing Norwich. So if you want to just catch back on that, but I'll be going for my predictions shortly. Anyway, you cannot rely on Manchester United to keep a clean sheet. You can't rely on Brentford to keep a clean sheet. I think this is going to be a very interesting game. I'm going to go for a Desmond. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I am going to go for a 2-2 draw. Apparently, they had a pre-season friendly earlier in the season, and that finished 2-2 as well. So, Brentford are a little bit unlucky against Manchester United in the previous fixture there as well. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. So, let's see what some of you are saying. So, Manchester United 2, Brentford 2 is what I say. Daddy Cool 52, hello, my friend. Sorry I cannot join you. Busy. Have a nice evening. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate that. Brentford smashed Manchester United pieces 3-1. Ericsson to score in Buemo. I would like that. What was the Villa time? I missed that. Yeah, they're playing Norwich. Manchester United 1, Brentford 0. United will probably win. Brentford 100% safe, and full credit to them in their first season of the Premier League. Yeah. And the thing is, they are going to have to look at second season syndrome over their heads. Let me just say that for sure. 3-0 LFC versus the Geordies. I really want the season to end. Brentford 1, Manchester United 1. Yeah, I think Manchester United have been so bad this season. They really have. I'm only 24, but this current United side is the worst I've ever seen in my life. I wish Ten Hag a lot of luck with the job he has got for next season. Yeah. Whoever goes, obviously we know that it's now Erik Ten Hag. We now know it's Erik Ten Hag, so it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to say the very least. So that takes care of match week 35. I'll go for my predictions very quickly, and then we will be discussing the promotion chase in the Championship, because it is getting very, very exciting. Let me just say that now. So I will go for my predictions very, very quickly. So let me just quickly go there. Let's see. So let me just quickly do this, because I'm going to go into the Championship now. So here we go. So here are my predictions here. So I'm going Newcastle United 1, Liverpool 2, Aston Villa 2, Norwich 0, Southampton 1, Crystal Palace 1, Watford 2, Burnley 1, Wolves 2, Brighton 0, Leeds United 1, Manchester City 2, Everton 2, Chelsea 1, Tottenham 2, Leicester City 0, West Ham 2, Arsenal 1, and Manchester United 2, Brentford 2. So guys, if you are watching on the replay, please put your predictions in the comment section down below. Join in the fun. Obviously, it's just myself this evening. But it has been good. It has been good as well. Before I go, we will be speaking about the EFL Championship, because last night things are heating up. And the way I say things are heating up, Nottingham Forest went to Fulham and won by 1-0. Bournemouth drew 3-3 against Swansea after being 3-0 down as well. So this is what this table is standing right now. So Fulham are up 87 points. Haven't won the league yet, but I think if they win at the weekend, they're champions, I think. Unless Bournemouth win all 3 games, and I think they can only get 88 points. So basically, Fulham need a point, basically, is what I'm saying. They need a point to win that. So Fulham 87, Bournemouth 79, with a game in hand. And Nottingham Forest 76. So who's going to go up automatically? Well, let's have a look at their fixtures, shall we? Let's have a look at their fixtures. So at the weekend, Nottingham Forest have got Swansea. So Steve Cooper has got his a match between himself and his old side against Swansea. Bournemouth are at Blackburn. That is not an easy game, especially when we're looking at the table now. So, as I've said, Bournemouth 79, Nottingham Forest 76, Huddersfield 76, Luton Town 72, Sheffield United 69, Blackburn, who can still get a playoff spot, 66, Millwall 66, Middlesbrough 65. Middlesbrough are actually playing. Who are they playing? Middlesbrough are playing Cardiff this evening. So Middlesbrough were to win that, they would move on to 68. So very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. But let's just go through Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth's last 3 games, and then you guys decide if you think who's going to come up. Anyway, so we have. Let me just say. So Forest Swansea at the weekend, Blackburn Bournemouth. Both of these are 3 o'clock kickoffs. So that's interesting. Then the game midweek is Bournemouth Nottingham Forest. Now, Forest have just gone to Fulham and won. Who's not going to back against Forest to go over to Bournemouth and get a result? And if they do, I think it's Forest. I think it is Forest. Last game of the season, Bournemouth have Millwall and Nottingham Forest at Hull City. So this is what I'm going to say. I think Forest will beat Swansea. Then I'm going to say Blackburn get a draw against Bournemouth. So what would that leave the table at? So it's 79 at the moment, 76. So Bournemouth would be on 80, and then Nottingham Forest would be on 79. So, and then that game against Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest, I'm going to say Forest go to Bournemouth and win. So that would mean that Nottingham Forest would be on 82 and Bournemouth would be on 80. So Forest would be 2 points clear of Bournemouth going into that final game. And then I'm going to say that Bournemouth are going to win against Millwall. So that would put them in 83. And I think Forest are going to win against Hull City. So that would be Nottingham Forest on 85, Bournemouth on 83. So I am saying Forest are going to get automatic promotion. Bournemouth had the momentum, but now, just ever so slightly, I think that Forest are going to do it. I think Forest are going to do it. Leave your thoughts in the chat, and I'll get back to you with that as well. You speak a lot of sense in your 24 years, James. Yeah, I've been very impressed with Nottingham Forest. What a comeback! They was 16th when he came in. I know, and they've been fantastic, and they've had a very good FA Cup run. It has to be said as well. Thanks, Helen. I'm not convinced with Bournemouth. I've not been convinced with Bournemouth recently either. I've not been convinced with them at all. That could be very interesting as well. Same Helen. Bournemouth do concede a lot of goals. Yeah, they do. They certainly do. But I suppose that's why you got Scott Parker as manager. Simple, really. I'd love to see Forest clinch a second place. And for the playoffs, I would really love to see Luton come up as well. Yeah, let's have a look at the playoffs. So looking at this, Luton are all but there. Huddersfield are going to be in the playoffs. Luton are probably going to be in the playoffs. So it's one of Sheffield United, Blackburn, Millwall, and if Middlesbrough beat Cardiff tonight, Middlesbrough. So, yeah, that could be interesting. That could be very, very interesting as well. I've never liked the playoffs. I think it should be top three, go up automatically. They play so many games and then go to the playoffs is more torture. Makes it exciting, though. It does make it exciting. Great sight at Anfield, the cop and great voice. That's great. Enjoy your evening. Thank you, Helen. I certainly will. Early in the season, Forest were having a woeful start, and Chris Hughton got sacked. Steve Cooper comes in, and they are flying. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Steve Cooper's underrated manager. He certainly is as well. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me on Wednesday evening. I've really enjoyed this as well. I'm going to go sit back and watch the Liverpool game. Hopefully, Liverpool can do the job tonight. And then, obviously, if you're a snooker fan as well, I hope you're enjoying the World Championship snooker. Absolutely amazing quarterfinals that we've had today. As well. But guys, if you are watching on the playback, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Do what you can to support the channel. And obviously leave your predictions in the comment section down below as well. So I'm off to watch the game. If you hear scream, don't come running. Yeah, no worries. Anyway, but until then, it is good night from me. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. It should be a fantastic weekend as well. Cheers, Douglas. Enjoy the game. See you all soon, guys. Thank you, James. But yeah, guys, enjoy the football. Will we have more twists and turns in this relegation battle? Well, we shall see anyway. But shall be very interesting to see anyway. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now.